everybody, and a very good afternoon. Welcome to Crafters TV. My name's Ben Moseby. Thank you for joining us on day 5. Yes, day 5 of our summer news, where we're bringing you a brand new launch each and every day. We've had some fantastic launches already through this week. We have another fantastic launch today. And those of you who are thinking, oh, it all ends today, it doesn't. We've got more launches to bring to you Saturday and Sunday. So some real reasons to be tuning in right over the course of this weekend. Today's fantastic as well for the fact that still to come later on, we've got a craft vault. Debbie Fisher's going to be here. Yes, McGiggles herself will be entering the craft vault with me at 6 o'clock this evening. Going to be fun. It's all about those Sarat signature collections. We've got lots of smaller bundles available for you, which you can shop for right now. But this show, Softer Side of Life, all for our soft crafters. But actually today, I hope you've tuned in as a paper crafter, because the brand new launch that we've got today, I think you are going to be absolutely loving as well, because we are talking about multimedia dies. When it comes to Christmas, when you're thinking about Christmas makes right now, this is a collection that you'll want to grab. Before we get into it all though, let's bring you the summer news when it comes to free gifts. Woohoo! There's today's free gift. There's today's free gift. Spend £10 or $10, that will automatically be added into your basket. And the other news to bring you, as far as summer news is concerned, double points. Yes, yes, on everything. I mean, prizes, my love, prizes. No, points make you save more because you climb up the ladder within Club Inspire.
It doesn't have that same kind of ring to it, does it? No, I think we're going to have to think about that.
Oh, Becky Sworn's here. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you. I'm very well.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, now I've had a piece of cake, I feel much better.
Oh, I was going to do you a big proper intro, but you're here now. Can I just say, the cakes?
They were really good, aren't they? I can't take responsibility for them because all I did is tell Christina what I wanted.
How many did you have?
I've got a second one over here.
I knew it.
It's my birthday. Yeah.
Becky can eat all the cake
today. There's at least another dozen sitting over there, and they've got to be eaten. So.
Well, I had one. It was very tasty, very, very nice indeed. Johnny just warned me. He said, just be careful with the balls. Yeah. There's the metal ball, not metal, but you know the ones I mean. Yeah. The ones that look like metal.
You've got to be careful. Yeah, you don't get the balls stuck in between your teeth.
No. Right, so we're all refreshed, replenished, and ready to go for this show. Already in, we've got Rachel on the socials again. Linda says, good morning. Rhonda says, hello. Ben, Becky, CTV crew, Team Social, and all my wonderful crafty friends from an overcast but hot Oak Park. And Rachel just said, that's it. I'm going to be eating Teddy's chocolate buttons now, and it's all your fault. Sorry, cake talk 3 minutes into a show. But you knew we were going to go and eat cake. We have to have cake on busy big days like this to keep us going. So it was very nice.
Especially as there's no fizzy fish left in the vending machine.
They came and went, didn't they? They were a one-take wonder. I don't even think there's anything that good sweet-wise in there now, is there? Apart from your bog-standard Haribos.
Yeah. Yeah.
Prices have gone up as well in the vending machine. £1.40 for a bag of Haribo. Daniel, have you sent your package yet, by the way, if you're watching? You very kindly said you were going to be sending a Haribo care package from Pontefract. Not that we're desperate, says producer Johnny. Give us Haribo! Becky, before we get started, we have got our brand new dies.
Yes.
We've got a showstopper, we've got a bundle available for you as well if you just want that. But in essence, what are we going to be getting brand new today?
So the dies here, these are our cut and stitch dies. So you've seen cut and stitch dies before. We've done the ones with like flowers and butterflies and things like that. But these are our festive cut and stitch dies. So you've got 4 different types in here. And actually one pack has holly and little fairy lights in there as well. So the first one is your snowman. Then you have your Santa. You have your reindeer.
Aww.
And then this one has a 2-in-1. So you've got the holly and the berries, and you've also got some little lights. Now, the dies that you get in here, you've got an outer edge die, but you've also got a die that's got all those perforations in them. So you can, as with papercraft, cutting in and cutting out of the card, you can do the same thing here with your fabric. You can make some really absolutely gorgeous items, she says, picking them up. from on the floor. If I show you some of the samples that we've got here, this is the first one we're going to show you. This is a gorgeous little cushion. And I wish I could take full advantage of the fact that I made them. I did not make these, but they are lovely. Really nice, and they're very easy to put together. So great for kids, actually, if you want to do little bits and pieces with the children. You could sell that cushion
for a lot of money as well.
We could. This top here, you know, making clothing, I always struggle with Christmas jumpers and that kind of thing. I can't find exactly what I want. You could buy a jumper and then pop all of these different things on here. We've actually put googly eyes in these ones, which I think look super cute.
There could be chipmunks as well, Johnny. That is a good shout.
Yeah.
Take the reindeer antlers off, you've got a chipmunk. Simon, Alvin and Theodore.
This is a little cushion cover we've done with the lights hanging off this. Actually, I do feel this
could be carrots.
Could be carrots or chilies. You know, you get like those chili lights.
Yeah.
If you can have
chili
a party,
lights.
You know, like you can get like fairy lights that look like chilies. Have you not seen those?
They come with warm bulbs. I haven't seen chili lights. No, I've seen fairy lights.
Terrible. We've got a little Christmas stocking here with some of those on there. But then you can make them. I picked that. You can make them use them for doing like table mats
nice.
and table runners for Christmas. So there's lots of things you could do with these. Of course, you can go down the sort of traditional route of just making them into Christmas tree decorations. But I also thought you could make them like this, and then you could have them in an aperture card, send them as a Christmas card to somebody, and then they've got a little keepsake that you can hang on the tree after, which I thought was quite a nice idea to do.
Lovely.
And of course you can, because they're multimedia dies, you can use these for paper craft as well. So you could cut them out of card and then you could stitch them together, a little bit like some of those dies that we've had in the past where you can stitch through them. So they are a really great item to have. I think these are going to be something that you're going to use again and again. Really great for working with children as well.
Absolutely brilliant. It's a great collection, and there's many ways that you can buy this today. So the showstopper is this big bundle here. I'll take you through it. It is £111 worth of value, $136. You're saving $26.91 or $29.71. Platinum price is £68 or $85.60. These are the 4 brand new sets of dies that you're going to be getting that Becky was just showing you some finished samples with. So you get those included. Then within the bundle, we're going to give you your turntable for your Gemini 2. That is to be used only with the 2. You're also going to get one of our magnetic die storage stands, which is so super handy for whatever style of crafting you do, be it paper craft or soft craft. Pop all your dies in there, you won't lose them. 2 of our fabric plates you're going to get, so the 9x12 and the 9x6 plates, plus you will also get the bundle of Festive felt, which is 14 sheets of your 24x22 centimetre felt. So all of that is £68 or $85.60. I think that is the bundle you are going to go for if you've already got the Gemini 2 and you haven't yet picked up the accessories. However, if you do decide to yourself, well, I can't stretch the showstopper, maybe you haven't got the 2 yet, maybe you have got the 2 and you've already got the turntable and you just want to go for the dies, get this bundle, the Cut and Stitch Christmas Complete Collection, 14 dies, 44 dies, and your Festive felt included here as well. And it works out in this bundle that the felt comes to you for free. So that is £31.97 or $41.44 if you're platinum. This has been the most popular item on the show today because I think a lot of people are going, well, soft crafters are jumping in and grabbing it, but then also paper crafters, or maybe those of you who perhaps are a little bit in between, maybe dabble and do a little bit of soft craft, are going, actually, this is a really wonderful set to have. And I think the fact that you've got the felt in there as well makes it brilliant to be crafting with the kids. So £31.97, $41.44. If you just want the accessories on their own, again, we've now bundled these up. We sold the stand individually and the turntable individually, but now we've got a bundle where you can get the stand and that turntable as well for £12.22 or $14.35. And as far as the plates are concerned, we've got lots of different configurations. So plate bundles, you can get them with the turntable, without, you can get them with the storage bag, you can get the fabric plates with the white cutting plates. It's all there. Shop the day, check it out. You will see all of those deals. Few more quick hellos and then we'll get into it. Rhonda says it always comes back around to food, so you might as well start out on that. Well, I know, we always end up talking about food.
Well, we only have a very short break in between shows, don't we?
I had a really short break in between shows.
You had a really short break today. What, like 3 minutes, I think, in between shows?
It was literally about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Charlotte. I did do everything that I needed to do. I did my ablutions and had a cake. That's all I had time to do. Mumford Boy says, Becky and Ben, a banner Friday in my books. What does that mean? A banner Friday.
Banner.
A banner
know.
Friday. What does that mean? Is that a good thing? I think it is. Eleanor says, hi everyone, all the way from Scranton, Pennsylvania. Ben and Becky, hi to the team. Hope you're all having a great day. We are having a great day. We're ready and raring to go. Rosalind says, hi from Maryland, back for round 2. Ding ding. And Sandra Dunder says, I got back from doing the jobs after putting in my order for the rest of the weekend and then quickly watched Clemmy, Mac and Molly. Love them. If you missed that earlier today, around about 11:40 today, apparently it's going to be coming up on socials for you if you missed it. It's Bring Your Dog to Work Day today. So Craig brought in his family dog Clemmy and I brought in my 2 border collies, Mac and Molly. And actually, quite disappointed with the lack of carnage. I was waiting for cameras to be pulled over and tables to be to be fair, I did you notice that, Johnny? I had Molly like the whole way through going, you're not. She wanted to go round up Clemmy, bless her. She's a border collie, just wants to round everything up. But we had a lovely show and apparently it will be up on socials if you missed that little clip on Fun Time Friday. Right, let's get into it and have a look. As always, we're live and interactive. Any comments, any questions you want to fire in, please do, and we'll get those answered. But let's talk all things Christmas. Who are you going to be creating?
I'm going to do reindeer, Rudolph, because he's got a red nose. Because you've seen a couple of other things that I did earlier on. So I'm going to make one of these, but I'm also going to use one of the dies to do an embellishment for a cushion in a moment. But we're going to start with this one first of all. So with all of these are multimedia dies. So they're copper coloured or gold coloured. They're going to be nice and thick, so they're going to be able to cut through multiple layers of fabric. We're going to use them with this felt that we've got in the bundle. So this felt is thicker than the kind of felt that we've sold to you in the past. Yeah. This is the same thickness, same kind of rigidity as we had with the other cut and stitch dies. So slightly different to the ones that you've seen when we did the rainbow blooms. We had sort of flowers. They had much softer kind of felt with them. But you can use anything that you happen to have, any kind of felt that you happen to have will cut equally as well. Right, we are going to do the reindeer. So what I need an outer body or outer face. So you'll see these, you've got the ability to cut in or cut out of your fabric. So if you wanted to just have this particular piece with all those perforations and put that onto your fabric, you can do that and then just sort of stitch through. But we want to cut them out of our felt as well, so we're going to use that die too. So we're going to pop that onto some of our felt. And then I also want to cut out the face. I want to do all the other bits and pieces. So I'm just going to get all of those together, make sure I've got the right sizes and right colours and that kind of thing, and then load them up onto my Gemini plate. Now I am using my fabric plates on here. You can use your plates that come with your machine. So if you're going to be using the plates that come with the machine, you haven't got the fabric plates, you want to use your metal shim, your frosted shim, and possibly your magnetic shim, depending on the thickness of the felt that you're cutting out. Yes. Now I would say that because it's felt, I put it through the machine twice because I feel that it makes sure it cuts all those perforations, because you've got lots of fibres in felt and you want to make sure that you cut everything properly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of this and I want a couple of those. Okay. So let's just cut that out. Got the right amount of felt there. Lots of puppy love coming in as well. Karen says, love seeing the dogs on Wake Up Call this morning. And Kathy Lear says, hello from Illinois. Hello, Illinois calling. Clemmy, Mac and Molly are adorable, says Kathy. Thank you all so much for sharing them with us today. They enjoyed it, I think. They enjoyed their trip into Crafters TV. It was lovely. It was a lovely 20 minutes. It must be quite boring as a dog. You know, you're seeing the same people, the same thing, you know. And, you know, they probably realise it's Bring Your Dog to Work Day. Well, they must have been chatting about it, surely. Yeah, sure, I would have thought so. Well, both Mac and Molly had their bandanas on. They got dressed up specially. They don't normally wear those. So they must have had a chat between each other and, you know, gone, oh, should we put our bandanas on, dress up smart, you know. We did actually, Laura brushed them yesterday, gave them a nice brush, and we sprayed some of them. They've got like doggy deodorant. Yeah, so Mackie's got this, I don't know what his is called, it's probably called something like Bulldog, you know, because he's got to be tough, and Molly's is just like a lovely lavender spray that just spritzes all over. He sits there and like, he likes being brushed and likes being sprayed. Molly, you have to sort of run around the garden with the spray, trying to get her with it. But yeah, it was lovely. Laura says, of course I missed the doggos. The one time I couldn't stay awake. Well, Laura Simmons, it's going up on socials by the end of the day if you missed it.
And Sandra says, Ben, if you think 2 border collies is a handful, at one point my sister had 6.
6? That's crazy. At least the dogs were fairly small, not like that Great Dane that.
Oh yeah.
Was it Gareth's friend?
Gareth's
friend.
dog? Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
That was he like 6'2" or something? Stood on his hind legs.
It was enormous.
It was ridiculous.
Absolutely enormous. Crazy.
Yeah, big dogs. Yeah, you need a big house for a dog like that, don't you?
You do. You need a separate sofa for it as well.
Yes, you do. Either that or a very big dog bed.
Exactly.
Probably a human bed for the dog.
A human bed for the dog. Right, we're going to run those through the machine now. I've already cut some other pieces out, so I'm just using my fabric plates and those white plates. But as I said, I'm going to run them through the machine twice, just so we pick up all those perforations with the dyes. It would have cut fine, but I just want to make sure that we've got all of those little fibres all cut through. And then we're going to stitch everything together. As we were saying in the earlier show, these are really great for working with children because I'm thinking of working with animals, working with children. But I would be getting the children to be running these through the Gemini, making sure that they've cut those out.
Yeah.
I'm going to put that through.
So how many layers have you cut through there?
Cut through a couple of layers of fabric there.
Well, how many will they go through? What's the official line on that? I never remember.
Well, I think with felt, it can be quite a tricky thing with felt because you've got all those different fibres. I mean, I've seen Craig cut through 6 layers of felt, but I generally say I do 2 or 3 layers of felt. I don't tend to do that many more, and it's always a little bit of guesstimation when you first use these dyes because of those perforations. You've got to see what works for you. But yeah, fabric we say between 6 and 8 layers of fabric. Of the cotton fabric, so that works out quite well. Right, goes over there. Now we've got, this is the sort of outer part of the dye, or as part of the body.
Yeah.
Now you've got, you can see here, not all the perforations have been cut, but they haven't all sort of popped through. And obviously with these, it's not like with papercraft where you can just give it a bash. You have to sort of poke these through. You use a poker tool or do what I'm doing, just using a little pin or a needle just to poke those little perforations through. I mean, as you stitch through them, they will pop out, but you want to be able to see them nice and clearly anyway. So I'm just going to lift all of those out. And this forms the outer part of the animal or the character that you're making. A couple more around there. We're almost done. So that's the outer part. And I've also cut a little piece like that. It's going to form a nose. And then we've got this one here, which forms the face. Again, just get rid of those little areas. I always find that when I cut things like this, I always want to cut too many, and that's deliberate, in case I lose something or in case it doesn't cut quite right. If it's running through the machine with 1 layer of felt in there, it might as well run through with a couple of layers of felt in there. So there's that one.
Just a question whilst you're taking the bits out. So again about the fabric plates, I know that people do get a little bit confused about these. Is there a reason why you wouldn't use the fabric plates with regular dyes?
With regular dyes?
Yeah.
Well, as in papercraft dyes?
Just normal dyes, but I think you said that you do, don't you?
I do, yeah. No, I don't think so. I mean, Leanne's the person to answer about that, but I'm sure I've seen Leanne do a show where she used the fabric plates for papercraft.
Yeah.
I mean, all that I would say is because they've been produced in order for you to use those thicker dyes and cut through multiple layers of fabric, you might need to put an additional piece of shimmin. You might need to put the plastic shim or something like that in there just to get that thickness of going through the machine.
Okay.
I mean, I think, I'm just thinking what I do. I think I normally have the frosted shim if I'm only going to be cutting a couple of layers or a layer of paper, of card, something like that, just to build it up. But as I say, it's for me, from my point of view, it's just because I'm lazy and I keep my plates underneath my machine, so it's always next to my machine anyway.
Okay.
The other plates are on the other side of the room.
Yeah. So. Okay. Good question though.
Yep. Any other questions? Just let me know. Right. So I've got a nose here and a snout, and then I have already cut out. You're laughing at my word snout.
Is it a snout?
It is a snout, isn't it?
Is it?
I reckon so. Right, there's that, and that's going to want to go over the top here.
Is it? So it is a snout, isn't it?
It is a snout.
That.
Yeah.
So I was going to say, what do you keep saying on the dog, Johnny? It's a reindeer. It's got dogs on the brain.
Then we've got a couple of little antlers over here, and we've got some little ears as well. And so we're just going to start putting everything together. Now, I've done one a little way so far. So I've stitched the nose and the snout together, and so they're going to be popped here. And then I want to stitch those together here. And I've stitched the face on around the edge here, but I've left this piece open. And the reason for that is because I want to pop all the other parts of the reindeer in. So I want his antlers in there, I want his ears like that, the other antler over here. I keep losing my voice.
What?
Which lots of people would say isn't a bad thing.
Oh no, I love your dulcet tones. Johnny's just said, if you can get through till 4, you can go home at 4 if you're not feeling great.
Thanks.
Yeah, we'll get Debbie Fisher in.
Yeah, I'm here
Oh
all
no,
weekend.
you're in the weekend, aren't you? Oh no. Oh no.
Excuse me.
Do you know what? No word of a lie earlier on. Becky caught me out because we had the dogs in, didn't we, for Bring Your Dog to Work Day. And at the start of that little bit, she went, oh, I'm allergic to dogs, sat around all of the dogs. And ever since you've said you were allergic to dogs, no, she isn't allergic to them.
No.
But ever since then, her eyes have been running and now she's coughing.
Actually, my eye is really, really red, isn't it? I don't look hot today.
Do you get hay fever?
Yeah, I do get hay fever.
Oh, that's probably what it is then, isn't it?
Maybe that's what it is, yeah.
Oh, Dean and Charlotte are struggling as well. Oh, they're
Even
all going
Charlotte?
down.
Even Charlotte.
How do you know it's hay fever then, Charlotte, if you never get it? Ah, right. So they're cold for a month and a half.
Right.
Must be hay fever.
Must be hay fever. Right.
Becky, says Rosalind, just whilst
Yeah.
you're sewing these by hand, can you sew these on a machine instead of hand stitching?
Yeah, but
Bit
I
more
think
of a-
they'd be made really for a bit of hand sewing.
Yeah.
So,
Would it be more faffy sewing
yeah,
those?
I think it probably would be.
It's a good way to practice your hand sewing, isn't it?
Yeah.
As well. You know,
And
if
it's
you're not.
they're not so onerous that you would struggle with them. They're just, they're quite a nice sort of therapeutic thing to do. They're a good thing to do on the plane when you're going on holiday. Are you going on holiday soon, Ben?
No.
I am.
Oh. All right, Debbie Fisher. Where are you going to, Becky?
No, we're not doing that.
No.
It's just-
Mallorca.
Mallorca. The water in Mallorca don't taste like quite how it should.
Mallorca, don't taste like water. I'm not going on holiday. We've got 2 weeks off in August. We've taken the decision to... Well, here's the thing. Here's the sad
Yeah.
story.
Oh,
So-
it's a sad story.
No, it's not a sad story, really. No, it's not sad. No, so we got 2 weeks booked off. So Laura's going away at the end of those 2 weeks for a long weekend with her sister and their friends for her youngest sister's 40th.
Right.
So they're going away to Spain for like a long weekend.
Yeah.
So that kind of put paid to a holiday. But then I started thinking, well, actually, if you're going away at the end of that week, why don't I go away for a week and take the kids? And started looking into it. And I thought, it might be affordable. Maybe we'll kind of wait and see if the prices drop nearer the time. And then Daisy came home this week. They're doing a school ski trip in January, which she really, 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 really wants to go on. So we've kind of been like, do you really want to do it? Yes. You realise if we do this, then we'll have to sacrifice any other holidays. And, you know, potentially Christmas is not going to be as great for you this year because, yes, I definitely want to do it.
Yeah.
£1,000. £1,000.
That seems quite reasonable for me for a skiing trip.
But I had to really tot this up in my mind because I said to Laura about it. If say she was in the school orchestra and they were doing like an orchestra trip to I don't know, Spain or somewhere, I'd be like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, okay. Or if she was in the choir and they're going to Italy to sing, I'd be like, okay, that's great. But I don't know, school ski trip. No, she can't ski. They're all going over
she'll
there
have an amazing
to learn.
time.
They're going to Italy. But here's the thing, it's a week and they're going by coach and ferry
Oh dear.
to Italy.
Oh, that's the thing is everything's quite expensive when you ski. The ski hire is expensive. Let's be honest with the ski lift pass. That's a lot of money. You're probably talking of £400 for the ski pass. It all mounts up, doesn't it?
It's a lot of, so what I've done is they've only got room for 42 people to go. So I've registered her interest, which had to be in today. So I'm hoping that about 300 people have registered their interest. I was like, oh, you didn't get picked. You didn't get picked.
I used to love going skiing when I was a kid.
It's something I've never done. You know what, Johnny, you joke about that. I said that to Laura again last night. Why couldn't they have just gone to a dry ski slope and learned to do it there?
It's not the same.
No.
You know, it's got to be. We did a few sort of ski trips at school, and it was lovely. It was really good fun. But I mean, everything when you ski is expensive anyway. You know, and I think £1,000, you know, probably is a fair price for that kind of ski trip, because it just ends up being really expensive, because you're paying for, you know, all the insurance as well. You know, all that kind of thing. Ski hire is really expensive. I'm very jealous. I'd like to go.
As I kind of, you know, it's a lot of money. Make no bones about it. You know, we will have to sacrifice quite a few things. But a part of me then thinks it is character building doing things like this, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So potentially, yeah. She'll remember it when me, George, and Laura go abroad in August next year and leave her behind with her grandparents. Well, you wanted to go on this ski holiday. I wouldn't do that. Or would I?
My kids' school, they had a ski trip.
Yeah.
My daughter's school, and she went on it. She had a lovely time. And we said, oh, you can only do one trip. No, that's it.
Oh,
or
yeah.
Two trips potentially if it was like a language trip. And then my son went to a different school, and they had an organised trip every single year, which wasn't absolutely, you know, everyone had to do it. But no one stayed at school. Everyone went on the trip. But they did things like they did... like a pilgrimage in Spain, where you walk along there. I can't remember what it's called, like a special Camino or something like that, and it's a 1,000-mile trek.
Wow.
They didn't do the whole thing, but they did all these things that were sort of good for you.
Yeah.
Rather than, you know, sort of party trips.
I think it's good. It's good. I did a couple of school trips, or more than that, because I was in the school orchestra. We did a school orchestra trip to the Czech Republic when I was about 10. That was when I went on tour where Chris Martin would have been there from Coldplay. So we went on tour with the band as well.
You went on tour with Coldplay?
Well, I went on tour with Chris Martin. He was in my... You know that, don't you?
I didn't know that.
I feel like I've told everybody this, but nobody knows. I went to school with Chris Martin from Coldplay. And he was in the school orchestra with me.
What did he play?
He played the trumpet. I played violin.
Oh.
So I've been on tour with Chris Martin.
Oh.
And then the year after... then a few years later, different school, I went on a choir trip. The school orchestra trip was to Switzerland, the choir trip was to the Czech Republic, and it was brilliant. So much fun. Goodness knows how much that cost my parents. Well,
that's the thing, isn't it? If you're like in a choir or something like that, you're expected to do those things. My friend's daughter had a choral scholarship, and so she was expected to go on all of these trips, and it didn't matter how much they cost, she was still expected that she had to go on them, and they mount up. You know, it's very expensive to keep doing these trips. And there were things like, trip to the Vatican to sing for the Pope and stuff like that.
Don't you feel pressure? I felt a bit of pressure, because I was sort of saying to Daisy, because her best friend is going, right? Yeah. So I sort of said, like, I know obviously you want to go because your best friend is going. I said, but take her out of the equation. Would you still want to go then? And obviously I think she knew where my line of questioning was going, and she went, well, yeah. And so you don't. I don't know. It's hard to say no, isn't it? Yeah. And whilst we can't really afford it, we sort of can. Just we have to pay it over a few months. You see, if it was like £1,000 now, I'd be like, well, no. But it's £100 here, £100 there. So it's like.
But she's happy to get lesser of a Christmas present and that kind of thing. Then she's put some money into it. You could do. You could maybe get her to work. She could do a bit of work and earn some money towards it.
Well, we'll have to wait and see, because she's not even definitely going yet. She hasn't been picked.
You might have to go and go and do some moonlighting somewhere.
Moonlighting?
Moonlighting, yeah.
I don't know what you mean. Stephanie says, hi everyone, Becky and Ben. I've watched back Wake Up Call to see the dogs in the house. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Pammy says, today my youngest child, my son, graduates high school. It seems like yesterday he was going to pre-K. Happens, doesn't it? Facebook's is a real baddie for that, isn't it? Like flashing up the memories and wow, you look at the kids. I can't believe my Daisy's 12 next month. I just cannot believe it. Seems like 2 minutes ago we were walking her to school. Can we have a look at what hang on a minute. Oh, hang on. Oh, sorry. We're going to have a look at the fabric, Rhonda, in just a little while. Do not worry. I've got all of it that is in stock, because I know some of it is sold out already. So I'll show you what we've got left, and we'll do that in just a few moments' time. Because, yeah, I know there's quite a lot to go through.
We do have some amazing fabrics, really, really nice fabrics.
Yeah. Lots of like advent calendars.
Yeah.
It's 12 Days of Christmas, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
it looks like the front of this one here, which we'll show in a second, looks like a cute advent calendar. Who is crafting now? Have you started doing anything yet for...
For Christmas?
Yeah.
No.
No. No.
Wait, when would I have time to do that?
Well, I don't know. You know, you might have a...
Yeah, I mean...
Just doing it now, Johnny says.
That's the only way I could make anything for people at Christmas. It's just stuff that I do in shows. No, I haven't started yet. I mean, you should do, really, shouldn't you? You should start planning about what you're going to be doing, but I haven't yet. I might do probably the second week of December, and then it'll be a mad panic.
Christmas Eve.
Yeah, exactly. Doesn't matter, I've made it. Doesn't matter, if someone says, oh, it's not very good, I made it.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
It's the love and the effort that went into it.
Yeah.
We've got loads of Christmas events and things happening very soon, so keep your eyes peeled, because I know lots of people already started crafting in June for Christmas and July. So in there as well, Stephanie's asking what plate configuration you use with those fabric plates.
It's always your outer plate, so either your clear plate or your white plate if you've got the Gemini 2.
Yep.
And then you just put you just use your 2 fabric plates in the middle. So they're labelled A and B. It doesn't really matter which way round you put them, but I generally put B down first, and then I put my fabric and my dye over the top of them, and then I put my other plate over the top, and then you put that clear plate or the white plate if you're using the Gemini over the top of that. So it's you're just basically taking out of your normal plate configuration your metal shim if you're using an intricate die, and then that frosted shim, and then the magnetic. So you're just replacing them with those fabric plates.
Okay. And we've got all of the plates available for you in different configurations. If you hit the Shop the Day button, you'll see all of those there. We've got the fabric plates if you want to go individually on those. We've got more of those brand new white cutting plates. We've got the 9x6 plates available for you, as well as the 9x12s. So lots of different ways to shop today. And as I said, we've put up the details on the screen for the dies for the cut and stitch with the festive felt. Do you know what? Pretty much everybody's going for this collection. There is a bigger showstopper which we'll run through later on. I'm not surprised though, Becky, because brilliant for soft crafters we've seen, but I know a lot of paper crafters will be going for these as well, won't they?
I think so. I mean, I think they're really quite a lovely sort of design here.
Yeah.
You can see I haven't quite finished him off. I need to do a little bit more stitching, and I need to do some eyes. For the time being, I'm just going to use a pen for the moment, but I would normally just stitch those with a little bit of thread and do some little French knots to do the eyes, but you can see how that comes together. Now we're going to stitch this piece together now to finish.
Has he got eyes, that dear, is he?
Pardon? Oh.
Has he got eyes?
I can't,
Charlotte, don't say
ignore
that.
him, Charlotte. He's there. He's there like a, small child. Like, look, acknowledge my funny joke.
No, I was setting you up, so I go, has he got eyes? You go, oh, I have no idea.
That's terrible.
Ooh,
awful. Right, so we need a little bit of ribbon in here if we're going to make him hang, like we did with the little piece of holly that we did earlier on.
If you, we had a question earlier on about putting like stuffing in there as well. Is that what you do there? Would you have to make an extra piece to fit it all in?
Yeah, no, I would. If I was going to stuff my dear, I would stitch around the edge here. I'd leave a little gap down at the bottom, and then I'd stuff him from down here.
Right.
If that's what you wanted, if you wanted to stuff deer, that's what you would do there. You wouldn't be able to fit too much in there. It would just be a few little pieces of that toy stuffing, not too much in there, and just make him sort of slightly puffy, I suppose, rather than really, really fluffy. So I'll just show you how I'm going to stitch around the edge very quickly, and then you can see how that's going to look. So I'm just looking for, I brought so much embroidery thread with me that I can't see it. I've just got too much. Huh. Where are you? Hello.
I've got some thread down here if you can't find it.
You got some embroidery thread over there?
I've got the rainbow embroidery thread.
I don't want that one.
Oh.
I don't want that one.
Don't want that one?
I'm going to use this piece here.
Are you all right?
So again, I'm going to use three strands of this thread. So I'm just going to split that in half.
Like the ideas you guys are coming up with as well, like Pammy says, these could be converted to toppers for cards and boxes, a little collal or foam pads to make them pop.
Yep.
Well, that's a good
Absolutely.
pop.
And I think that's the great thing, you know, we try and give you something that you can use in lots of different ways.
Yeah. And Pammy also says, I'm working on super secret Christmas projects right now.
Ah. Why?
What?
Super secret.
Ah. Well, we won't ask what they are because you won't tell us because they're super secret. And Sil Sparky says, oh, sorry I'm late, miss. I had to feed him indoors. I mean, fancy being hungry when softer side is due to start.
How very rude.
How very rude indeed.
I don't know.
How rude. By the way, softer side, final Friday softer side edition. You're back with softer side on the 8th, aren't you? Saturday the 8th.
I am, Saturday the 8th.
Then every 2 weeks.
Yeah, no.
No, sorry.
Every second week.
Saturday.
Yeah, every second Saturday.
2 shows.
Yeah, 2 shows. So we do a show in the morning, and then we're going to be doing a craft along every month, softer side craft along. Yeah. And then I'm going to be doing a paper show in the evening.
Nice.
Very exciting. And then each subsequent week, when we don't have a softer side show, I'll be doing a show from home to continue on the craft along. I mean, generally speaking, to continue on the craft along. There may be some weeks where we finish the craft along, but I will still be available for these Facebook Lives, and we will do something else. So, for example, we might be doing something about learning how to use your sewing machine, that kind of thing, or some basic stitching. Bits and pieces.
Is that going to have a set day, or will it just sort of crop up as and when?
No, it'll be a set day, but I haven't decided which day it's going to be yet. Not a Saturday.
No.
It won't be a Saturday, and it will be when we're not broadcasting, so it's not like you're going to have to choose.
So extra content.
Extra content,
nice.
Yeah. And if there's something in particular people want to know about or want to see, message in and let me know, because that's all handy, because obviously I've got ideas about what I'm going to be doing, but you're the ones that are going to be watching it, hopefully. Well,
I second the lady, whoever it was, whose name escapes me from earlier, who said, it was you, Jotty, wasn't it? I remember now, doing a show about, back to basics, setting up your sewing machine, maintaining the sewing machine. That would be a great show for a lot of people, wouldn't it, I think?
I think so. Because I think lots of people inherit sewing machines and don't really necessarily buy one, or you buy one thinking you're going to do something and you're not actually get round to doing it. We've all been a victim of that, so we can do something along those kind of lines. I'm not going to stitch all the way around the edge because it's quite boring for you to watch me hand stitch, but you can see how that's coming together with those stitches. And this is where we're saying it's quite easy for children to do, because you've already got those perforations in there. It makes it nice and simple for them to stitch around and finish that those little characters off for you.
Stunning. Absolutely love that. You've seen so far today, haven't you, the holly made, you've seen Rudolph made, you've seen the snowman made as well. All of these characters you're going to get in the Cut and Stitch Christmas Complete collection. That's the deal that we've got on the screen. And just to kind of, there's a few bundles today, but what you're going to get is the 4 die sets here. So 44 dies in total, so that you can make your characters, whether it be the snowman, whether you go for the Christmas lights and the holly, whether you're going for Father Christmas here, or whether you're going to be going for your reindeer. So those come in the bundle along with the felt. And with the deal that we've got on the screen, the felt actually comes to you for free, that festive felt. It is 14 sheets of the 24 by 22 centimetre felt in. I'll just show you, you've got all of those different colours there. I heard a gasp in the gallery. They're going, he's picked it up off the back shot. It's going to fall over. There we go. What's that, what they're saying about Becky? Becky Rugby through what?
No, this is not true. So Becky Redican didn't have the felt pack over there, and I had a spare one, and I said, hold on a minute, I'll throw it at you, and I threw it like that, and it and she missed it, and it hit the wall and made a huge noise. I did a little bit at her. I threw it with the requisite amount of power there was for it to get over there.
So you're blaming Becky for the fact that she couldn't catch?
Yeah.
I mean, Johnny said he said it was like more vicious than anything else. Like there was a bit of, I'm the best Becky around here. Oh yeah, I'll show you. Anyway, If you want to go, you guys, honestly, if you want to go for the Showstopper collection, that is all of this that you're seeing here. The Showstopper is £68 or $85.60. Let's work you down from the top then. So yes, you'll get your felt. You're also going to get your fabric plate. So you're going to get your 9x6 and your 9x12 fabric cutting plates. Come to the middle here, you're going to get your turntable. That turntable that you're getting here is just for the Gemini 2. There are pre-drilled holes in the bottom of your machine. It won't work with the original Gemini, just with the G2. It will attach nice and easy. You get all your nuts and bolts to pop that into place. You're also going to get your magnetic die storage stand there as well. Really handy to have all of those dies there that you're working with right to hand, and you're not going to lose them because you can pop them on there straight away whenever you're using them. And then last, my name is Lisa, of course, you're going to get all of the brand new cut and stitch characters, the snowman, the reindeer, the Father Christmas, and the lights and the holly and ivy. £68, $85.60 is the price on that if you're a platinum member. Yes, soft craft along, says Rhonda on YouTube. Yes. Pammy says, how fun, Becky. It's going to be amazing. And Rosalind says, that sounds wonderful, Becky. I just updated my notifications for your post. And oh yes, Rachel will do this. Rachel says, ooh. She says, shall we give the sewing group a shout out? I'll give them a link in the comments. Yes, shout out to the sewing group, Sewing with Crafters Companion. Woot, 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 woot. Are you big time in that group, I'd imagine?
Yes, yeah. So I think that's probably where the Facebook Live is going to sit. So yeah, we're going to be posting a lot more in there. So do keep, if you've not joined that and you are keen on Softcraft, or actually, you know, if you just think you might give it a try, go and have a look at that Facebook page, because people do post up lots of bits and pieces they've been making in there. And often it's a place where people might have purchased an item and then they've got a little bit lost and want a bit of help. So it's quite a good way to start your Softcraft journey.
Yeah, it's called Sewing with Crafters Companion, and Rachel says, I'll be there to let them in. So you just put because you have to get let in, don't you? You have to say what, you know, have to answer a few questions and things like that. So if you want to join in, another great group to be a part of, all part of our little crafty community here, Crafters Companion. I've been on the fence about getting a smaller machine, says Rosalind Russell. My current machine is heavy. And Rhonda Crowley says, Ben just felt the felt. Ha! I did feel the felt. Feel that, this felt. Oh. I've just been told to move away. How about, says Sil Sparkly, and we'll move on and show the fabric. How about a series of related projects for matching festive sets, like placemats, coasters, wine glass drip catchers. I didn't even know that was a thing. Table runners, napkin rings, garlands, tree skirts, cushions. So like pretty much like soft craft your own Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds like a good idea. I like that idea. We can do that.
A lot of work there for you as well.
Yeah.
I haven't even got my waistcoat yet. I mean, come on. Orders and priorities, everybody. And my shirt.
You did get a cravat.
I did get a cravat, thank you.
2 cravats.
Yes, but the second one, Charlotte just said you need a cummerbund. It's a cummerbund. Cummerbund.
I'd like my own cumberbatch. Benedict, just here. Yeah.
Do you like Benedict?
I do.
Ah.
They call people that like Benedict Cumberbatch a certain name, don't they? Which I can't say on live on air, but yeah. I do like. Yeah, he's good, isn't he?
You know the word. You know he's called Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
Yes. So starts going. What do they call them? You just change in one letter in the second word, the second half of that, and then you know what they call them. Yes. Right, let's have a look at the fabric. Your 12 days of Christmas, 12 days squares on green with gold and metallic. This is some of the most fun fabric I think I have ever seen. This comes again to you by, how are we selling this, Becky? Is this usual, is it by the half
metre?
Half metre,
yeah.
Thank you. £5.39 or £7.91. So this is your 12 days featuring all the different characters, 12 drummers drumming, 11 pipers piping, 10 lords are leaping, 9 ladies dancing, 8 maids are milking, 7 swans are swimming, 6 geese are laying, 5 gold rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree.
That's me.
There you go. So that is your 12 days on gold metallic. Next up, Charlotte's just got his bad luck this. Well, we're doing Christmas in June and July, so we've already cursed if That's your belief. Now, this cream script is beautiful as well. Nice to kind of go alongside your 12 days because what you've got in there, well, if we go with the, yeah, there we go, you can see on the close-up, you've got that script. And can you guess what the script is? Yes, it is all of the words to the 12 days of Christmas. I think these would be really, really nice fabrics to do your own, to do. It's all of your Christmas hits on there, actually. Oh, sorry, Charlotte's zooming in. I think these would be really nice to make like bespoke Christmas cushion covers. I always like to put like my cushions and stuff in Christmassy.
Christmassy cushions that come out.
Yeah, well, yeah, we do. Do you not have that? Is that just a thing in the Moseby household? You do.
No,
I
do that. I do that.
So this would be your opportunity to make your own. I think it would look really nice. So that's your 12 days lyrics on cream. It's not called that at all. Cream script. Making it up. Then you're going to get your holly on the blue.
Or blue.
Blue. It looks like the what one, Charlotte? Looks like William Morris.
It does look like William Morris.
What I will tell you is £5 and 3p by the half metre, £7.55 if you're shopping in the US and you're platinum. We do not have, as is always the case, a huge amount of fabric. We don't have a lot of this, so if you do like any of the fabrics that we've got, do get it in your basket fairly swiftly. I was supposed to be bringing you a much bigger collection of fabric, but unfortunately some of the fabric has already sold out before the show. I really like this one. This is the holly on the black. I think just that black background makes the holly and the little red holly berries pop even more for you. No, hollyberry, not halle berry. So I really, really like that one. 10% off there, 503,755. Look at me fold as I go. Do you know why I do that? You guys know why, because when producer Erin used to be here, and she used to really, really go mad when I didn't fold the fabric up after we'd done these shows. Very OCD about how everything had to be folded back up again.
She's not here though, is she?
No, she isn't, but it's ingrained in my
Your psyche.
in my psyche now. Next up is your 12 days mirrored on natural. Oh, that is beautiful. I really like that. So you've got the different characters. You've got your different characters on from the 12 days of Christmas mirrored up. So you've got your Lords of Leap in there. You've got your Maids of Milking. No, it's not upside down. You're standing on your head, Dean. That's the right way up. He's doing handstands, that's the reason why. So you've got all the different characters there. The geese, face to face. What's that one there that looks like a chef? What's he doing?
One that looks like a chef?
Oh, he's jumping. He's jumping. No, you've gone past it. Just there now. Just there. Stop. Just to the 12
days. A well-known character in that Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
6 chefs are chefing.
He does look like he's chefing a bit. Back in the scene now. He's drumming.
Or is he a chef and he's just...
5 chefs are grilling.
Making a really big soup in a big tureen.
Yes. Next up, on the green, the 12 days mirrored. So it's the same pattern once again with all of your characters. Piper's piping and Lords are leaping and chefs are grilling. And lastly, ooh, I haven't got... this is the last one I've got here. This is the red one that we just flashed up. That's gone. I did say a few of these are sold out. We have been busy. This one is your 12 days scattered. Is that that's upside down? Scattered on green with gold metallic. I love this. I love that richer green colour that you've got in the background with all the different characters. Do you know what, Charlotte? That is a great shout. What did Charlotte just say there, Becky? I didn't quite hear what she said.
I was about to say, I bet you would like a shirt made out of that.
Can I just tell you, no word of a lie, I had a bit of a clear out recently. You know, they send the bags through the post here and you can give your clothes to charity and stuff. I thought that's a good chance to have a bit of a clear out. So I cleared out loads of stuff and I went through my Christmas drawers. I didn't give away a Christmas jumper, but I had this really old tatty Christmas shirt. Well, no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't tatty to the point like I should have put it in the bin. It was just old and it doesn't really fit that much anymore. So I got rid of that. So I now don't have actually a Christmas shirt to go with all of my Christmas jumpers.
Okay, I'll see what I can do. Modelled beautifully by yourself.
£5.39 for the 12 days scattered on green with gold metallic. That's by the half metre or £7.91. Right, few quick comments. The fabric is gorgeous, says Pam E. I can see a stocking or throw or pillow from that. Absolutely right. I like that idea, Ben, says Stephanie. Or use the fabric stabiliser and cut for paper crafts. What was my idea? I can't remember what my idea was now. I don't know. Stephanie loved my idea, but I don't know what it was. It's a great idea, though, whatever it was. Thank you. Beverly says, can you tell me the glue Becky used to aid in stitching the apple core pieces? Oh, yes, we can. I can. It's our Kalal textile glue. Definitely worth having. I can't get on with pinning things. This is really is a lifesaver. It doesn't gum up your machine, so it's definitely worth popping into your basket. I will also use it if I'm going to be putting a zip in a bag. I will put some glue on the zip before I put the fabric on top of it and then stitch it down. It just holds everything in place much better than it does with pins. Okay, there you go. Available on the web for you as well. Good morning, Lord Ben and the lovely Becky. Becky, hope you had a wonderful birthday, says Shaddai. She brought cake in today. And Rosalind says, depending on what colour scheme I'm using for the holidays, I'll take fabric and fold it under my table centrepiece. Oh, it's quite a nice idea. Good idea, yeah. Nice idea. There's some great fabrics there to go for, but in all fairness, being serious, you do need to go for this quickly because we don't hold a lot of that fabric available. And as I say, some of it's already sold out. Let's give you opportunity to check out your baskets, whether you're going for the showstopper, those new cut and stitch dies, or indeed some of our fabric. We'll come back in about 3 or 4 minutes' time.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get your hands on the latest crafty must-haves. Leave the hard work to us while you shop from the comfort of your own living room. Head to the Crafters Companion website to see our full crafty range, or hit the Shop the Day button to see all the new and exciting products featuring on Crafters TV. Once you've filled your cart, leave it to us to get your crafty goodies to you in super quick time, so you can get on with being creative. Crafters Companion, making crafty shopping a breeze.
What makes Crafters TV so special is you guys.
It's really special because the experts are really experts. They're really skilled at what they do, and they want to make sure that the audience also improves on their skills.
Crafters TV is so special because you've got together a really sort of key group of people and people that are very passionate about the products.
Crafters TV is so special because it's a unique community that we have with each other where we can learn and grow and communicate with each other.
Community, the family spirit, the education, everything to do with craft. We are all like-minded people who share a passion.
I love all the inspiration the demonstrators bring and all the knowledge for us out here.
What makes Crafters TV so special? 100% it's the interaction. No other crafting TV channel or show has the same interaction.
I love the community, I love chatting live, I think that's the best part, and it's gone beyond crafting because we've become friends.
It feels to me to be a really, really close relationship with our customers and viewers.
You guys make us feel like we're part of your family. I've never been on the show before, but one of my friends who I did meet from CCTV encouraged me, and I was on the craft along.
Massive team of people, and I think they've all got their role to play, and it just brings everything together. It allows us to do our job and just love it.
The people, obviously. The people not just here at Crafters Companion, but the viewers that watch us. I mean, everybody. We have this real magical essence about it.
Bye for now. Bye.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining us, Softer Side of Life. I think lots of new people tuning in today as well, just because you want to get your hands on those amazing brand new multimedia dies. Thank you, Stephanie. I'm a bear of very little brains. I gave the idea of the cushion covers, didn't I? That's what it was. You said the cushion covers. I like that idea. Thank you. I think as well, nice sort of projects to attempt maybe if your sort of sewing skills are, you know, a little bit rusty, or if you're looking for a first-time project, they are always easy to go for. I'm a sucker for Christmas crafts, says Mum for Boys on YouTube. Well, if you are, you've come to the right place, and hang fire because we've got more Christmas shows coming up for you very soon here on Crafters TV. But it was Becky's birthday earlier on in the week, and to celebrate she got the run of the warehouse, and she ran around with a trolley and basically just hoyed a load of stuff. Oh, listen to me with the northern expressions. Chucked a load of stuff into this trolley and went, I want to bring these deals to you at a £5. That's what happened, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pretty
That's
much
exactly what happened. Like that supermarket sweep show, and I didn't realise you didn't get to keep the food.
What?
I thought you got to keep the food.
As well as the money?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, no, apparently not. Oh. Yeah, disappointing. It's like when I found out on Countdown you don't have to use all the numbers.
No.
To think. I didn't realise that. So.
My dad went on Countdown.
Really?
Yeah, last year.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did he win?
He got absolutely obliterated. I felt really sad for him because he wanted to go on it for ages.
Yeah.
And then he ended up, the week he was on, they had this like, you know, sometimes they get like a genius on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he got a genius.
Oh.
And he got absolutely, yeah.
It's one of those people that just sit there, they start the conundrum, and he just goes.
Yeah. 1 second.
Yeah.
Yeah, and every time it's like, how long is your word? Oh, I've got a 6. Oh, 9. You know, every time. Like, oh, bore off, mate. Right, anyway, let us have a look at some of the £5, $5 deals. These are on the web. This is where you need to be going. There it is, look, just down from the main bit, your £5 selected items today, £5 Friday, Softcraft special. Whoop, 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 whoop. You've got Becky to thank for all of this. Do you want to chat us through some of the deals that you've picked
Yeah,
here?
you've got all sorts of things in there. Fabric pens, I mean, I couldn't be without my fabric pens. You've got some zips on the roll, absolutely invaluable items because you can never find the right colour zip or right size. You've got your magnetic pen dish. You've got some of your adhesives as well, including the one for spraying on the back of your rulers so they don't move around. Lots and lots of different bits and pieces in there. Those things that you're going to always need, like the rotary cutter blades. But we've also included things like your shape cutters. So if you don't have a Gemini or don't want to use Gemini, you can make do with one of those. We've got some fabrics in there as well as your quilting pattern guides. Lots of different types of quilting pattern guides, and we've got lots of demos that you can see as to how to use those. Yeah. So yeah, I've given you as many things as I could possibly think that you might like, including all those butterflies and those keyring kits that we've had, which have been so popular. Yeah. And they're a really great item to pop into your basket to give away as gifts when it gets to kids' birthdays and Christmases and that kind of thing. So I put all the things I like in there.
That's it. And by the way, those deals are selling quickly, and they are £5 Friday deals officially, so they won't be here tomorrow. So stock up, have a little bit of a look, grab some absolute corkers of deals. I mean, for goodness sake, this next item which we're going to have a look at is a case in point. The patchwork multimedia dies, the tumbler. This is a £25, $44 die set for £4 or $4 if you're platinum. I mean, even if you're not much of a soft crafter, you might just be wanting to take advantage of some of these deals, give them as gifts, give them to friends who are, or indeed, if you know there's somebody perhaps who doesn't watch us, tell them to tune in today, tell them to get on the website today to pick up these deals, because for any soft crafter, that is like an Aladdin's cave of goodies. I mean, if you've only got, I don't know, 20, 30 bucks today, you can pick up a lot of crafty goodies for that price today. And just must say, morning to Brenda, who's joined us. Brenda Monroe says, I'm sorry, but is this a Christmas in June sale? I've just woken up. Well, wait, not really. It's just kind of like it's like a Christmas themed brand new launch that we've got with lots of fantastic deals when it comes to soft craft, so a little bit Christmas themed. Later on, I say this month into next month, it gets a bit more Christmassy, but sort of hang fire for that. Let's have a look at this tumbler then.
Yeah. So this is a sample to show you how the tumbler looks. Really quite a cute design. So they look like little glasses. So this is how you can create them. You could make them look like, you could put them together. So this way round, for example, it looks a bit like a bow tie, this one here.
Oh yeah.
Or you can make them look a little bit like they are, if you put them on their side, they look a little bit like spools of thread. So you can make a really cool kind of design with looking like spools of thread. But this is what we're going to do now, but I'm going to use some of the Christmassy fabrics that we've got. So when you get your dies home, you get 4 different sizes. These are multimedia dies that cut through those multiple layers of fabric for you. I'm going to use a second smallest one. I would suggest that if you've never stitched any sort of patchwork items before, I never go for the super small one, first of all, just so you get used to stitching everything together. So we're going to go for this one, because it shows up quite well on the screen overhead. And I've got some of the fabrics. I've got the stuff that we've had earlier on that 12 Days of Christmas fabric. I've got some of the green. I've also got some of the beigey colour as well. So I've got layers of fabric here. I'll just see how many layers I've got. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 layers of fabric here.
Okay.
I'm going to use my fabric plates and I'll pop my die on there. So I've got my white plate because I'm using my Gemini 2, and then I've got my fabric plate. I've got my fabric with my die facing down, and I'm going to stick it down with some of our low tack tape. Then I'm going to pop the other fabric plate over the top, and then my white plate over the top. So if you were doing this in your old Gemini, you'd just be swapping these white plates for your clear plates.
Yes.
Pop it through the machine.
Who are you on with tomorrow?
Debbie.
Fisher?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I was asleep last night when Debbie Fisher came to the house. And I didn't realise anyone else was in.
Oh no!
And so I'd locked up the house and it was only when I could hear this banging on the door that I realised Debbie was at the front door.
Oh, you locked her out of the house?
Yeah.
Did she not tell you she was coming up?
No.
Oh, brilliant.
And normally I would call, and then I thought, oh no, she's probably not in today. She's probably coming up because she wasn't on wake-up call.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, she won't come up overnight. She'll be coming up during the day. But I was wrong. So poor Debbie was greeted with a view of me in my pyjamas. But she did point out that it was lucky it wasn't the other way around, because she would not have had anything on.
I'm sure she'd have put something on if she'd answered the door, surely.
I don't know. You never know about Debbie. You never know. So we've got these all here.
Oh dear.
Put together. So we've got all these different colours here, and you know, this is the beauty of being able to use the multimedia dies to cut all this fabric in no time at all. And obviously it's even quicker with the new Gemini, and we just need to put these together. So the way we're going to do them is we're going to do them like this. We're going to alternate those. So I'm going to stitch them around here with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. I'm going to do that one there, and I'm going to do exactly the same over here, but I'm going to do it like this. So we're going to alternate like that. And you can see how they're going to look and stitch them together. Alternatively, you could do them like this. So you've got things like that. So that makes, you know, when I was saying you almost make like kind of spools of thread with those. You can do them that way if that's what you want to do. It's entirely up to you.
Nice little plant pot shapes as well, if you wanted to do some florally
that's really true.
Mm.
So we're going to put those right sides together. Now, because you're using, if you look, if I go like this and I fold that over like that, it's all going to match up because you're using your 1/4 inch seam allowance. If I match up those two corners there, like that, if I use a pin just to show you, quite pick that up, and then I fold it over like that, you can see you've got a slight difference in edge. You see what I mean? So it should just match up. So when provided you're using 1/4 inch seam allowance, and you're matching up that point there, when it folds over, it will all match up nice and neatly, because the 1/4 inch seam allowance has been taken into account. If we hadn't, you would have to sort of take into account that 1/4 inch seam allowance and offset everything slightly when you stitch it together. But you can see that all comes together beautifully. So we're going to start by stitching these together now. I pin them together when they are bigger then this kind of size is probably the size I would start pinning them together. If there's anything small, I just do it by eye. So I'm going to stitch around in a 1/4 inch seam allowance.
I must say hi to Brenda, who's just joined us. Oh no, so Brenda, you were asking about the Christmas sale. Yes, absolutely right. And Stephanie says, thank you, Becky. I hope you had a fabulous birthday and wonderful wishes for the coming year.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward. So my daughter was away, so she's gone back to pack up her stuff for uni. So she wasn't at home, and my husband was at work, and my son had gone out. So I got home, I had a cupcake and a nap.
Oh, that was it? Because you were at work, weren't you?
Yeah, I was at work. So my proper birthday, as far as I'm concerned, is going to be on Monday. We're going for a meal in my favourite restaurant, and I'm not driving. I'm going to have a hotel. I haven't had a drink for many months. I'm not a big drinker, but I do like a cocktail. So, but no, I've not had a drink for many months, but I will have a little cocktail.
What will you be having?
Oh, I don't know.
What's your go-to?
I might have some champagne.
Oh, that's not a cocktail.
No. What? My favourite restaurant is the Ivy Asia.
The Ivy Asia?
Ivy Asia. And it is the one in Chelsea. It's got the coolest floor. If you Google it, oh my God, it's got a floor and it's like made of slices of green agate.
What?
So it's incredible. Really, really good.
Whereabouts is that, did you say?
In Chelsea.
Oh, Chelsea.
And then
Johnny, he's just up from the Wetherspoons. He says, I know it. That is brilliant. Wow.
Maybe for drinks, the Bluebird afterwards. It is the most incredible looking thing. And honestly, they do this meal, this food, and it's like a selection of sushi and things on this big wooden platter, and it has a bonsai tree coming out of it, and all these things are in different levels, and they've got dry ice coming out and it's amazing. It's incredible.
Oh
really,
my
really cool.
gosh, I'm just looking at the website. That looks amazing.
It is nice.
That looks incredible.
So very much looking forward to that. My mum's coming as well.
I don't click on the menus, I don't think. Johnny's having a quick look. Oh, so there's like many. Oh, sorry. So it's. Oh, I see. There's lots of different restaurants across the country.
Yeah, so they've got a few different ones, but I do like that one. That was quite nice, and it's quite close to home, so it's easy to get to.
Ah, yeah, it's quite reasonable actually.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
What will you be having to eat, you think?
Well, I'd go for the bonsai tree. I'm not eating that all on my own.
No.
They do like a Korean kind of chicken thing, which is quite nice.
Is it one of those where like they sort of cook it in front of you as well? Is there a lot of like open?
No, they don't do that. But they have these really cool little chopstick rests that look like dragons.
Yeah.
And it says underneath them, stolen from the Ivy in Chelsea. And so as far as I'm concerned, that means you can steal them. But oh no, you can't.
No.
Honestly, they check how many were there when you first get to your table.
Oh, you get frisks for your chopsticks,
Pretty
do you?
much, yeah. I think, well...
Don't you normally carry a pair on you, so does that not cause problems?
No, when they're chopstick rests rather than chopsticks.
Oh, chopstick rests.
Yeah,
Oh, I see.
And actually, if I'm going out in the evening, my chopsticks don't tend to fit in my evening bag.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry. I heard about your chopstick fun time Friday actually a little while back.
I'm so impressed with that. I think I should practice and then have a go at trying to break the record. Get what was his name?
Who?
The guy that used to do record breakers.
Roy Castle.
No, not him, but the guy. Was it?
Norris McWhirter.
That's it, Norris McWhirter.
Yeah. You should. Yeah, we'll go for it. I mean.
But when we were doing the show, we were looking up to see if you, to find yours, and you don't seem to have it anymore.
What?
I think someone's usurped you, broken your record.
Well, A, I didn't need to hear that, and B, I still have the certificate hanging on my wall which says I am officially amazing.
Yeah.
So
I'm not doubting that.
Yeah.
I'm not doubting that, but I think maybe it's time for you to,
go back.
Go back, yeah, and keep your crown. That's what I reckon.
Where did you read that? On the website?
I didn't read it. Someone else said they couldn't find you.
Well, I can show you my certificate if you don't believe me.
No, I do believe you, but I think maybe someone has done even a better job. But I think you can easily beat that again.
Well, how do you know I can easily beat you if you don't know what they've done?
Because I believe in you, Ben.
Huh?
I believe in you, Ben.
Oh, thank you. And also, just because you can't find me doesn't mean that I'm still not the record holder. By the way, ignore that last comment you've just heard from Johnny, who's just asked for your table number at the restaurant. Do not give it to him, because what you'll find out is you'll turn around and producer Johnny will be there, feet up on the chair, pint of beer in one hand, packet of pork scratchings.
But the really freaky thing is when you go downstairs to the loo, in the men's bathroom, standing at the place where the men go, is a samurai warrior. And he looks so real. No, I haven't been in there. But he looks so real. My husband went, there's some man in the toilets and he keeps looking at me. And I was like, it's a dummy. It's just a big doll dressed up. He's just like looking at people.
Sword?
Yeah, with a samurai sword, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's enough to give you stage fright, isn't it? Dear, oh dear. Becky says, Sandra, my husband has booked a table for us at number 4 tea room in Sedgefield for my birthday on Sunday.
Oh,
that sounds very nice. Happy birthday, Sandra, for Sunday, by the way.
So many people born in June.
Yeah, all the cool people, apparently.
All the cool people, yeah. David Beckham.
David Beckham?
May. I think it's May, actually. I'm lying.
I mean, I was born in April, but, you know, most of the cool people born in June.
There you go. There you can see. There we go. We've put that together really quickly. So that would be probably a third of a cushion cover that I've made in, what, 10 minutes, something like that?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Very nice. And again, achieving that look for £4 or $4.
Yeah.
That is bonkers. £25 or $44. How have you even managed to... I can't do...
Like I said, power of distraction. Look over there, there's a bear.
Where? Oh, and then you... I see what you...
Yeah.
Take advantage of the deals. As I said, value for money wise, just absolutely grab these. They will not be here tomorrow because it's a Fiver Friday, Softcraft styly, Becky style Fiver Friday. So either they will sell out or they will not be here because tomorrow is Saturday. Morning, Colleen Passardi, who says, hi, Ben and Becky, I love watching you sew. I sew a little, but I'm not an expert. I try to do some projects when I get in the mood to try. I'm always up for trying different things. I have the kit blocks for quilting, but I have not tried it yet. Well, at least you've got them there and you can get them out at a time to suit. But I think even if you just try a little bit, or if you sew a little bit, or you quilt a little bit, these are the kind of shows to jump in for and watch, because hopefully you'll learn along the way and you'll get more confidence to give it a go. And Sil Sparkley says, what was Becky doing in the gents? No, Tim was in the... He told the story.
He told me.
Yes, she wasn't... No. Moving on, let us have a look at some other deals that we've got for you as well. The Gemini 2, we've got the 9x12 plate collection. So again, this is basically a bundle that anyone who owns a 2 might want to jump in and grab. You're going to get both of your white plates in there, of course. You've got your metal shim, your magnetic shim, your clear plate, and your rubber embossing mat. $62.94, $89.94 is the price on that. You're saving 10%. Platinum price comes down to $50.35 or $71.95. Just a nice way for you to be able to grab those to go with your Gemini 2. You obviously can use those as well through your normal Gemini, your OG, those will fit through for you as well. But worth grabbing those because those are your consumables. Pammy says, super easy peasy, and Becky did it quickly whilst chatting. That was it, that's the thing about these collections and things like those tumblers there. Nice and quick and easy for you at a great price today. Talking about great price, we've got the showstopper for you. We've had, this is the 5th, isn't it, this week, being Friday. This one is all about those brand new cut and stitch multimedia dies. You guys have loved these. This is if you want to get even more value for money, because we bring you the brand new launch down the bottom here, so you get all of the characters. There are 44 dies there in total. Then within the showstopper itself, we bring you your magnetic die storage stand. So once you're using those, you can pop those on there, no problem at all. You've got your turntable for your Gemini 2. So if you've yet to pick that up, this is a great bundle for you. Plus, we're going to give you the 2 different sizes of your fabric cutting plate. So you'll have the 9x12 and then the 9x6. And we give you your felt included too. So that is 14 sheets of your felt, 24x22, everything there. And basically that is, it's three bundles made into the big showstopper. And if you go for the showstopper, you will save rather than buying those 3 bundles individually. It's £68 or $85.60. However, today, the most popular of the bundles has been the Cut and Stitch Christmas Complete Collection. That's the one to go for, the showstopper, if you need the accessories for your Gemini 2. The Cut and Stitch Christmas Complete Collection is the one to go for if you've already got those. So you'll get all of the brand new dies here, plus you'll get the felt up here, and it works out if you go for that bundle, which is the most popular bundle, you get your felt for free. It's a $54.95, $68 bundle that you're actually picking up for just $39.96 or $51.80. The platinum price is $31.97 or $41.44. Right, we're going to have a short little break. Becky wasn't in the. Apparently
I wasn't in the men's toilets. I just wasn't, because it's quite a famous thing. I promise I wasn't in the men's toilets.
It's the samurai man was in the toilet, and Tim saw it. Not anyway. We're going to have a break. Let's give you opportunity to get your baskets checked out, and we'll come back with more fun, inspiration, and goodness knows what else in about 4 minutes. Our craft experts come from all over the UK to HQ up in the northeast, and here they are telling you a little bit about where they're from and what it's famous for.
I'm originally from London, so Stoke Newington I was born and bred, and loved London. I mean, I love London now, something really magical about being in the capital. Grew up in Norfolk, loved it. The countryside, the scenery, it was very green and just beautiful and picturesque. I now live in Bedford, which is brilliant for work and life, because I feel like Bedford is sort of central to all these places around us, so I get to see so many different places. It's just great to be there.
So I live in Barnsley. And I say a town, it's a town in South Yorkshire. And South Yorkshire's a gorgeous place. Barnsley in particular, I love. It gets a lot of flack, but it's a really beautiful, picturesque place to live, especially because there's lots of green places around there, lots of lovely parks and things like that, but it is a gorgeous place to live. Elthicka, neighbouring village to us, which is just full of history, and I love going there ever such a lot. Famous, what's it famous for? Oh, the most famous thing I can think of is a film called Kes. A local author called Barry Hines, who lived in Oiland Common, made a very famous film called Kes that is well known from where I am, and actually filmed literally around the corner from where I live.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get social with us. Whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, on your TV or tablet, you can get so close to the action, it's like you're in the studio with us. You can ask questions about products or crafty techniques. Get hints and tips from our expert demonstrators. Plus, share pictures of your crafty makes with our amazing community. Crafters TV, getting you closer to the crafty action.
We get to know people from places and walks of life that we wouldn't come across in our everyday life if it wasn't for Crafters TV and doing what we do.
I got so many lovely comments from people when I started doing the presenting, and it was just really such a lovely feeling. And it's nice that people keep messaging in. You know, we see the same people. We know you can build up that kind of relationship with those people. So it's just the fact that people like what we do and they're pleased. And I do love it when people send us photographs of the items that they've made.
We talk about customers, but really they go in as a customer, come out as a friend. The support that I get is amazing. The messages I get are amazing.
Me personally, it is personal interaction. I've never had the best of health. I've always been open about that with our viewers at Crafters TV. So many people are in the same situation as me health-wise. Other people have got a completely different health issues. They understand and they relate to what I'm going through, what others are going through. So whether we interact on a crafting basis or whether we interact on a health basis, a personal basis, we're all there to support one another. It is incredible.
The reaction of viewers when they come to meet us is worth all of the early mornings when we have to get up for our early morning shows.
Some of the customers come on as craft ambassadors and things like that, craft along with us, and being able to actually chat with them on air. I love it. I really love that connection with them.
We've had lots of shows where we've done like craft alongs, especially where we've had viewers craft along with us. We had a particular viewer, Joy, who joined us once before, and she literally made me cry on air, and Joe, because the things she said about us, it really was quite humbling that there are people out there that watch us and invite us into their living rooms and really treat us like family.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for all the lovely comments coming through. Teresa just says, I always get so inspired watching Becky sew, and then I never seem to get the time to do any sewing. Doesn't stop me buying all the wonderful sewing bits and pieces though. Oh, and today is the day, isn't it? To get all of the sewing bits and pieces. £5, $5 for, I mean, that, to be honest with you, I feel like you've got pretty much half of our sewing stats. Did you just like tip the shelves up in the warehouse and just go, right, all that £5, all of that £5. But you can only do it today though, because Fiver Friday obviously will finish tomorrow when it's Saturday. And Laura Simmons says, was the samurai sword the flush? No. That would make sense why it would be disconcerting for a guy.
No, so basically, I think if you look, you can see he's like standing there like this, as men do, and he's looking over at whatever the person next to him.
Where's his sword then?
I don't know because I didn't see him. I don't know what he's doing about his sword, but yeah, it's disconcerting because he does look very real. So if you Google it, you'll be able to see.
What do I need to Google? Ivy Asia samurai bloke in toilets.
Ivy Asia man in toilets. Yeah, that'll find the information that you need.
Brilliant. Can you imagine? Producer Johnny taking one for the team. He's doing it. Right. I can't believe this show has flown over. We've got less than 40 minutes to go. So great opportunity if you have just joined us to pick up those deals. This is the one that everyone's going for, the Cut and Stitch Christmas Complete Collection. All of the dies to make those brand new characters. And then you get your festive felt bundle as well for free within this deal, which is incredible really. £31.97 or $41.44. Just a great way for you to be able to get crafting this year. Whether you are a soft crafter, whether you're thinking to yourself, well actually, with the felt as well, I can get the kids involved, I can get the grandkids involved, or maybe you're just thinking to yourself, great way for you to be able to mix your paper craft projects with a little bit of soft craft as well. It's $31.97 today or $41.44. And we're going to have a little look, I think, at more of the characters from this collection. Are you using some of the new fabric as well over there, do I spy?
I am. I'm just finding all my bits and pieces. Because as you know, I'm a very untidy crafter and there's stuff everywhere.
Right.
I couldn't find what I was looking for. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the little pack that's got the lights and it's got the holly in it. I'm going to use them for making some of the lights. And so I'm going to be using some of the felt that we've got here. Why can I not find anything? What's wrong with me, Becky?
That samurai is terrifying.
It is, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, so it would put you off. I imagine as a man you may feel a little bit uncomfortable with that person looking at them. But there was another place that I went to in a discussion of whether I went into the men's toilets. I accidentally went into the toilets that belong to the men because you can't tell where they are. So basically the toilets, it's a place called the Crazy Bear in Beaconsfield. Have you been there?
No, there's no, not in Beaconsfield.
I think there's a couple of them.
There's a Crazy Bear like Oxfordshire way.
Yeah, and so downstairs in the basement, which is where the loos are.
There's not a bear on the loo, is there?
No.
Oh.
because you'll be able to see it's there behind.
Hey!
No.
Yeah.
But there is, you can't tell whether it's men's loos or women's loos. And in fact, you can't even tell where they are because the loos are in a section where it's like a fabric wall. So you don't know it's a door. It's so dark in there. And so you push against this door and you can't tell which side is for the men's and which side is the ladies. And so I accidentally went into the men's, but I wasn't alone because loads of, well, that mustn't sound right. Lots of other people were doing the same thing because it's difficult to tell. But then where the sinks are sort of open, so you can see straight into the men's bathrooms through where you wash your hands. It's really weird. One of the weirdest places I've ever been.
Have you never been back since?
No, I've been there about twice.
Oh, right.
But it was really, really bizarre. The whole place is quite strange. There's lots of, I mean, it suits me because I am a bit weird. But they like in the decorations are like stuffed flamingos covered in wearing diamonds. You know, it's exactly the kind of place that I want to be in. Right, so we're cutting out 2 edges and we're going to cut out 2 little bulbs. So again, we're using fabric plates. So we've got the clear, white plate, the fabric plates, the dyes and the fabric in the middle, and then the fabric plate over the top and the white over the top of that. And I'm going to pop them in twice, again, because of those little perforations in there. I want to make sure we cut them all through. But I always think when you go to a restaurant or somewhere like that, if they've got a really nice bathroom, that really makes it for me. You know, obviously I like nice food and you know, sort of good service, but I do like a cool bathroom.
I know what you mean. It says a lot about
it does,
place, doesn't it? The bathroom. Just looking at the Crazy Bear, actually.
And the one at the Crazy Bear has all got these beveled edges and it's all mirrored inside the bathrooms.
Look at the rooms.
I know, amazing, aren't they?
There's a bath at the end of the bed.
Yeah, don't you have a bath at the end of the bed at home? No?
No, I don't. Johnny?
No, I don't. I have a jacuzzi.
No. Brilliant. That is amazing. There's no prices on there, so it's probably very expensive. POA.
But quite cool, different place to go to, actually. It was quite strange.
The one that I know of just is Stadhampton, yeah, just outside of Oxford. Not that I've ever been there, but that's the one that I was thinking of. Beaconsfield's near the M25, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. So when I went out for my niece's birthday, her hen weekend, we went there for dinner. It was quite cool. It's a bit different.
Yeah.
It's one of those sort of destinations. It's a little bit like going to a Heston restaurant. You wouldn't go there on a regular basis, but you know, as a special event.
He's the one that does like loads of wacky things, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like science food almost.
Yeah. You couldn't eat it every day.
I've never been.
No, I haven't either.
Oh.
Did I not tell you this? It's a bit of a revolting story. I had a friend that took his wife there, and his wife was very heavily pregnant.
To where? Heston's restaurant?
Yeah, Heston's restaurant. So you know you have to book it like a year in advance.
Yeah. But by the way, for our US viewers, Heston Blumenthal is like a celebrity chef, and I can't really describe what he does.
It's quite clever. So he sort of analysed this thing. So he might make he'd taken like childhood sweets, hasn't he? And made them like, you know, sort of giant childhood sweets, or he makes like egg and bacon ice cream, and also it's all quite wacky.
You could also almost imagine him doing his cooking in a laboratory.
Yeah,
it's that kind of thing. Anyway, sorry.
So my friend had booked dinner for him and his wife, but it had taken such a long time for it to happen. His wife was actually pregnant, quite heavily pregnant. And anyway, they drove down. They live in Hampshire, so it was quite a way for them to go. They didn't want to stay the night because it was too expensive. So they got there and they said, "Oh, you know, welcome. No, any food allergies, blah blah blah." And the wife goes, "Oh, well, I'm pregnant, so you know, got to be quite careful. No problem. Would you like a glass of champagne to start?" So my friend goes, "Yes, that'd be lovely. Like a glass of champagne to start." Obviously, his wife can't have any because she's pregnant. Yeah. And so he drinks her champagne and his champagne.
Oh, no.
And then they said, "Oh, would you like the wine menu with what do they call it? Wine flight? Wine flight?"
I don't know what that is.
When you have the wines with your meal. And he was like, yeah, we'll do that. So wine for both of them, because obviously he's drinking her wine, and they have this amazing meal, and it's absolutely sumptuous. And then the bill comes, and he thought that while these people were saying to him, would you like the wine, would you like the champagne,
no.
that was a gift. That was something that they were giving them that didn't realise he was going to have to be charged for that.
What
So the bill came, and I think it was around about £600 just in the alcohol.
Oh,
just in the
my
alcohol.
goodness.
And so he obviously felt a little bit sick while he was paying for that, and obviously he'd drunk 12 glasses of wine.
For 600 quid?
Yeah. That was just the wine, let alone the food. I think the food was a couple of £100 each.
Oh, no. Oh, no!
Get in the car, she drives home, starts shouting at him because, you know, they spent all this money and he doesn't feel very well. So all of that wine and all of that food was,
ended up on the side of the road?
Yeah, pretty much.
What?
Yeah.
A nightmare.
Yeah. So, you know...
How's he fallen for that one?
I don't know.
What was he thinking?
Well, I was saying he's not stupid, but he quite clearly is a bit silly not to think, actually, when they're in this really nice restaurant, they're not going to give you, they would say, would you like a complimentary glass of wine? They're not going to turn around and say, well, you know...
well, like the restaurants I go into, would you like a complimentary slice of bread? Or something like that, that's fine. But even in like the normal restaurants, you have to be careful with your waters, don't you? Just double check, would you like some water with that? Well, am I paying for it?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, they, and that was they've separated now, but I don't think it was anything to do with it.
Oh, no.
But yeah, it was, he said it was an amazing meal.
Yeah.
But it's one of those places that you wouldn't go every time, every night. You couldn't be able to eat, well, you couldn't afford to, but you also couldn't cope with the food, I don't think, because it would be so rich. But it is supposed to be an amazing place to go. So one day, maybe.
I tend to be like a person of very simple means, and I think I've never really been to many sort of posh restaurants, but I find when you do go to those ones and you have like a, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 course meal, I get frustrated with the size of not that you would want a big 7 course meal, but I find it very clever when they do these amazing meals and it's all presented beautifully. But if I can like stab it with my fork and eat one course in one mouthful, I'm not up for that really.
But the whole idea is that they're so sort of punchy with flavour that you don't need very much, so you get full on those very small amounts of food, don't you? I always think I like nice food, and it doesn't have to be expensive, but I'm not prepared to pay out sort of £30 or £40 for a really poor meal, which is often what happens, isn't it, when you go to sort of pubs and stuff like that. You can spend quite a lot of money on something that's really not even mediocre, it's poor.
Just whilst watching, must say hi to Sharon Trumbull, who's joined us, saying, hello everyone. It's been so long since I've been here, and I've missed it, and you all so much. Well, thank you, Sharon. So lovely to have you back with us. And Jill Lucas has got a question.
Yep.
What is the difference between the Spectrum Noir heat-resistant craft mat and the Threaders pressing applique sheet?
No idea.
No, I don't know the answer to that. Sorry.
I don't know, I'm afraid. I've not seen the Spectrum Noir one. Don't know.
I know the craft
might be
mat,
something that customer service might be able to tell you.
Yeah.
Right.
In customer service, they are very good.
Yeah, they are really good. Right, so I'm going to make a cushion cover here. So I've got a piece of the fabric, which is that script fabric, and I've just got some ribbon. And I'm going to put another piece round about here. I want to stitch that together. Like
Lovely fabric, that, isn't it?
It is beautiful.
The lyrics on cream script, it's called.
There you go. So like that. And what I'm going to do is stitch it together, and then I want to hang all of those little lights
cute.
from the top of it. So that's the one that I stitched just now. I haven't completely finished because I haven't done the sort of black parts at the top of it, but it doesn't matter because I've got plenty over here.
If only hanging Christmas lights like that in real life was that easy.
Yeah. Rather than the 3 hours worth of untangling that we will have to
I always try and make sure that I put my lights away tidily.
Me too, but it never seems to work.
I'm sure though that there's some kind of like Christmas tree light gremlin who gets in my garage just before I need them at Christmas time and tangles them all up.
Yeah, I think
you say like you're 3 hours then trying to untangle them. I get very nouty at that
very
time.
what?
Nouty.
Nousy?
Nouty.
Now what's that? Nouty?
Nouty? Oh, something so nouty, like very grumpy.
Where's that from?
I don't know, I've always used that expression.
Nouty?
Nouty.
Okay.
No one else heard of that expression?
No.
Get nouty, I get a bit, yeah, maybe it's a different thing. Get a bit grumpy.
Nouty.
Yeah.
It sounds sort of more...
It does, nouty.
It sounds more sort of Yorkshire, doesn't it?
Well, I've always said it. Oh, it's Northern English. Oh. Well, to be fair, my My dad and my mum, my dad's from Derbyshire, mum's from Greater Manchester, so that's where I've got it from. Yeah, Naughty. Naughty. Derbyshire Naughty. Sharon says, I'd surely drop $600 on Crafter's Companion stuff. Wow, yeah. I mean, why not? We've got the good stuff here. Imagine what $600 would get you today if you picked up loads of those Fiver Friday deals. And Rhonda says, in the US, the absolute most fabulous place to go to eat is in Tampa, Florida.
Mm.
Burns Steakhouse, apparently.
Oh, what do they serve there?
Chicken. And it's burn as in Bernie, B-E-R-N, not burn as in burn your steak.
Oh, do you remember Bernie's Steakhouse?
Huh?
Do you remember Bernie's Steakhouse?
No.
You don't? Yeah.
What was that?
Age. They were like, it's like a beef-eater restaurant, but they were called Bernie's Steakhouse.
I used to love the beef eaters. They don't do those anymore, do they, here?
No.
The Angus steakhouses, they do.
Yeah. Yeah, that's always food.
Always back to food. Teresa says, yes, that's exactly what happens to Christmas lights. It is, isn't it? The Christmas tree light gremlin gets in there and tangles them all up.
Okay, right, so we've got that there. And then we're going to pop these on here. Now, I'd want to stitch these, but I'm not going to be able to. So what I'm going to do, I can maybe stitch one or two to show you how we would do them. But we're just going to basically, we've not put any of the other pieces on the back of these because we're not going to do them as hanging items, just going to have them like this. So I will find a bit of thread and I will stitch one of them on there, and the other ones I will just stitch with the sewing machine just to put them in place so you can see how that's going to look. Otherwise I won't have time, unfortunately. Time just runs away with you, doesn't it?
It does run away with you in here. It's like a time TARDIS. You know what I mean? 2 hours feels like about an hour.
I don't think it's called a time TARDIS, is it?
No.
What does TARDIS stands for?
TARDIS is
it?
time and relative dimension in space.
I knew you'd know that.
Not even a Doctor Who fan.
Are you? Who's your favourite Doctor Who?
I'm not a massive Doctor Who watcher, but I was brought up on Peter Davidson.
Oh yeah.
The 80s. I did quite like Sylvester McCoy.
Yeah.
I thought he was quite quirky. Of the relevant ones, of the recent ones, got to be old David Tennant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's come back for a bit, isn't he? I tell you what I have caught, and I am going to have to watch it properly. Laura's been watching that Litvinenko on ITV,
yes.
and he plays Litvinenko. He's such a great actor, isn't he, David Tennant?
I really like him.
Such a great actor.
I've cuddled his baby.
Of course you have. A story, please?
So his mother-in-law, Peter Davidson's wife.
Peter Davison?
Yeah.
Hang on a minute, whose baby have you cuddled?
David Tennant's.
And how's Peter Davison fitting into this?
Peter Davison is his father-in-law. Did you not know that?
What?
Did you not know that? Yeah.
David Tennant?
Yeah.
Married?
Yeah.
Peter Davison's...
Georgia Moffat, which is his... not Georgia Moffat.
I
Georgia.
did not know that.
Yeah.
That's a great bit of Doctor Who trivia.
So she came, Sandra Dickinson is his wife.
Yes, Sandra Dickinson.
Yeah, so she came, lived in a block of flats that we managed, and I was chatting to her about something. We were trying to find her a house, and she had his baby with her. And I said, oh, is this the baby? And she had a little chat, and she said, would you want a little cuddle? And I was like, yeah, right. So I had a little cuddle with David Tennant's baby.
Aww.
Exciting. Doesn't make me sound like a stalker at all.
That is super cute.
I didn't think didn't realise you didn't know that.
No, I didn't know that. Yeah. Did not know that. Do you guys have Doctor Who in the US? You must do.
I think it's really big in the US, isn't it?
Is it really big in the US, as big as it is here?
I do love a bit of Doctor Who. It is a good show.
It's one of those shows I wish I'd watched more in the sort of modern era, because it was Christopher Eccleston, wasn't it? Then David Tennant, then Matt Smith. I saw a bit of him. I thought he was good.
But I didn't watch any of the subsequent ones with Jodie Whittaker or Peter Capaldi.
No, I didn't see any of those
I didn't see any of those, but I've started rewatching them. Well, started from the beginning.
Oh, they're all on the BBC iPlayer a bit, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Might have to watch those.
So
it used to be the Cybermen that used to scare me, and the Daleks, of course.
Yeah. Did you not believe me in the gallery when I said...
No, they didn't. They've been Googling because they didn't believe your story. I believe everything you say.
Yeah.
That's why earlier on when you said, I'm allergic to dogs.
I'm full of useless information.
No, it's not useless. It's fascinating, most of the stuff you come out with.
The stuff you come out with.
No, but yeah, I mean that in the nicest possible way. Sorry, my Lord Ben, says, should I? If my lights are in a tangle, I bin them. I ain't got no time to detangle tangled Christmas lights. Do you know what? There are shops here in the UK, I don't know if they still do it, but where you can take your tangled lights and you can pay someone to untangle them for you.
No.
Yes,
No.
Wade. Some of the supermarkets were doing it.
You're kidding?
It was a definite thing about 3 or 4 years ago, but I'm sure that is still a thing now. Yeah, take your
Why
lights
have I
and
not
they'll
heard
untangle
about
them.
that? Is that like a Bob a Job kind of thing?
Yeah, Bob a Job. Yeah, loads of Boy Scouts there. Dip, 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 dop, dop, dop. Yeah.
Right, I've partially
Anyway.
stitched that one on.
Yes.
You can see what that looks like. I'm going to put these others, I'm going to attach them with a sewing machine to save a bit of time. So we're going to be doing them like this.
Laura Simmons says, wow, I am not a Doctor Who fan, but familiar with both Peter Davison and David Tennant, and I didn't know that either.
Ah, see, useless. I'm good in a pub quiz.
Yes.
Yeah, but not much good anywhere else.
And Radical Rachel says, any Christmas lights that need detangling, you can give them to her. She loves doing stuff like that.
Oh, excellent.
Don't even joke about that, Rachel, because I will send them to you.
I think
no
you'll be
problemo.
inundated with people.
Yes. Problem is, I'd send them to you, you then detangle them, pop them back. They'd be they get tangled up again in the post. Rhonda says, the Burn Steakhouse, the one they have one of the largest wine cellars in the US.
Oh.
One of their signatures is Chateaubriand.
Oh, nice.
That is aged beef.
Yeah,
Back to
hungry
food
now.
again.
Well, I think we're particularly hungry because Christina's not here today, is she? So we've got no food. There's no food in the house. Do you know what I had to have? I had to have cupcake and carrots.
A cupcake and a carrot?
Yeah. That's what I had to have for my,
Not together.
lunch today.
I had a cupcake, that was it, and a slice of cheese.
A slice of cheese?
Yeah, that's all I got time for.
Oh.
And it wasn't even the nice cheese, just mild cheese. What did you say? It's just like a slice of fat.
It's like salty fat.
Yeah.
It is. I don't think it has any proper taste.
They didn't
to
have
it.
any of the tasty stuff, so I just grabbed that last time I went shopping. Anyway.
Never mind. Doesn't matter. Right. I'm just going to stitch that one over the top there because that's not worked.
Yeah. You have to take out a small loan these days to get a block of cheese, don't you? Oh, butter. Yeah, the good butter. Expensive. Very expensive. It's like Lurpak for a £5, Johnny, was it? Yikes. Yeah, Lurpak, only £5.
Who would have thought that, eh? That you could get, that's how expensive it's going to get. All right. Now I'm going to put those two pieces here, and you can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to stitch these very quickly in place. Yes, she's called Georgia Moffat, his daughter. David Tennant and Georgia Moffat have been married quite a few years.
Yeah, so this is Peter Davidson, whose real name isn't Davidson, it's Moffat. Peter Moffat. No.
Do you remember Sandra Dickinson in Supergirl?
I remember
Watching
her
that?
in something. She had a funny, squeaky voice.
Yeah. You tried so bad.
Yeah. Was she in Doctor Who as well?
I don't know. I don't know whether she was a companion maybe at some point. She sounds like she probably was, doesn't it? I'm not entirely sure. Right, I'm going to trim these threads that I've got dotted around here. Obviously, if you were doing this at home, you do it a little bit tidier than I've done. And I'm going to trim those little bits of ribbon off there. So those are going to be like the strings of lights here. And then I've already cut a couple of pieces of fabric to create the back of my cushion. Now, if I've got enough time to do this, do these strips around here to finish it off?
I would say so.
Have I got time? Right, I'm just going to put those here down each side to finish that off properly.
We'll have a little vote at the end of the show as well, because we've had our reindeer, and you can vote for this project as well, see which you like is your best. Oh, Johnny, is Craft Vault just going to be are we in demos later? No. Oh, so we'll have to vote for demo of the show, demo of the day then, won't we, in this show? I don't mind. You guys decide. I don't make decisions like that. It's up to you guys. Demo of the day tonight, Craft Vault. If you are wondering what we're doing later, it is a Sarah signature Craft Vault, and it's me, it's Debbie Fisher, so it's going to be fun. And then, delightful team tomorrow lined up for you with Becky and Debbie. Is that all weekend?
Yeah. And I haven't really seen Debbie, so it's been really good to catch up. So I'm looking forward to catching up. I'll probably be asleep when she comes home tonight, like I was last night.
Are you this side and she's that side?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you know what the game is tomorrow if I play your craft right?
I don't. I'm hoping it's a game I can win because I don't like losing. God, so the game, it was really hard.
What was the game last week?
Oh, they were crafty anagrams, but Michelle and I were rubbish. I mean, really rubbish. Everyone at home was doing really well, but we were horrendous. Terrible.
What, like crafty items from here or just craft in general?
No, crafty items from here. I'm only any good at things if it starts off with the same letter. Then I seem to be okay. But if it doesn't, then I'm not going to be. I'm not one that's going to win, unfortunately. I wasn't very good. Guess the logo. Oh, I like a logo game.
Is it our logos or logos in general? So guess the logo
logos.
for the show maybe or something. You'll be all right, Becky. You'll be fine.
Good. That makes it a bit easier.
Yeah.
Right. I don't like losing. I'm a bit like Monica from Friends.
Yeah, I'm the same. Very competitive.
Okay, a little bit around here. So I'm almost done. I'm just going to do, just finishing it off around the edge with this sort of border. So I think it needed a little bit of red to break it up. And then we're going to just put the backing pieces on. And again, I've just, because it's easy, I've just done an envelope back to this cushion. But absolutely, you can make something a little bit more special with a zip enclosure. This is just the quickest way of finishing off a cushion. And I was thinking at the house we've got two very sad-looking cushions. So I think we're going to.
Oh yeah.
They just don't look very happy. So I think I might have to replace the cushions.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
What does it say? I think it's quite nice as well if you've got like lots of different cushion covers that you can bring out at different points of the year. I do love lots of cushions. We've got lots on our sofa and rumbled, Becky. Look at the back of Becky's shop. Cupcake.
Cupcake just down there.
Is that for?
It's the best. It's the best cupcake ever.
You saving that for Ron?
Yeah. Later on.
Later on. Oh dear. I think I didn't realise there's two boxes because when I went out there in the break a bit back to get a drink, there's a full box of the cakes there now.
Yeah.
Might have to have another one.
Yeah, Johnny likes the fact that I get a cake fork out of the drawer in the cafe.
Surprised you don't use your chopsticks.
Oh no, you can't use chopsticks for cake. That was just
well, you were eating chopsticks with eating crisps with chopsticks the other day.
Honestly, if you can use chopsticks and you start eating your crisps with chopsticks, it's a game changer. No more mucky hands.
Yeah. Especially like the heavily flavoured ones.
Huh?
The really flavoured ones.
Yeah, like really cheesy ones. You definitely need them for that. And it was my daughter who started doing that actually. She was like, I don't want to get my hands all mucky.
Becky, I change out the pillow covers depending on the holiday, says Rosalind. And Beverly says, this fabric idea would be cute as an apron for the Christmas baking. I love that idea as well. Really, really good for an apron.
Right, just trimming round off those edges round there. Thank
you, Lillian. Thank you for sending in, Lillian, a caption which has just come up on the show. You know the captions that we have, and sometimes they go a little bit wrong. Yeah. Crafty anagrams came up as something a little bit embarrassing.
Did it?
Yes. I'm not reading it out.
One of the crafty anagrams we had last week was your name, because do you remember somebody looked your name up as an anagram and it was...
Oh, what was it?
I can't think what it was, but when I saw it I remembered and I knew it was you.
Because I didn't get it, did I?
No.
In that show. It was quite a good one, actually.
It was really good.
I remember.
Right, so I've actually made this a little bit too big, so it doesn't matter. So I'm just putting that over the top and I'm going to trim this all afterwards. So we've got these two pieces of fabric and I've just finished them off nicely here. And that one there. And then a couple of pins just around the edge. If I can find them, where are my pins?
Just back to tangling lights as well. Sandra says, that was my job as a child. Everyone else decorated the tree. Oh, this is sad. Everyone else decorated the tree whilst I had to detangle the lights and find which bulbs were gone and stopping them from working.
Yeah, you used to have to do that. You used to have to give them a bit of a wiggle, didn't you?
So that doesn't happen nowadays, does it?
No, because I think they're different kinds. Well, actually, you can't change the bulbs, can you?
They're all like LED lights, aren't they?
No, once they've stopped working, they've stopped.
That's
they've
it.
had it.
Oh, Sandra. Nearly done, 10 minutes to go. Show's
Yeah.
flown over. Whew. This is going to be the winner, isn't it? I think.
Better be.
Better be. Have you got a star? How many are you doing for stars at the minute?
Pardon?
Oh, you've got one up.
I've only got one.
You'll be in with a shout this weekend, though.
I hope so.
Especially if this gets up there on the demo of the day, because you'll be in Sunday, so you'll be able to, you know, push for the vote.
Yeah, you say that, but it never quite works out like that. I just look at Michelle's and I think, my goodness, Michelle.
She's off the board now. She's got so many stars.
Yeah, she is. She's got so many stars. Runaway success. That's what she is.
How many has she actually got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. She's got 10. 8 weekly ones and 2 monthly ones.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Decent. Laura says, would Becky use would Becky use chopsticks with popcorn? Maybe it would keep me from shoveling it in my mouth.
Yes. Yeah, maybe I should do a diet, a special diet where you lose weight because everything you eat has to be eaten with chopsticks. You know, you can have whatever you like, but you have to eat it with chopsticks.
Yeah.
And if it's chocolate, you have to eat it with chopsticks with your eyes closed.
Yes.
Maybe that's the way to go. Yeah, I would do with popcorn as well. Yeah. Anything really.
Sil Sparky says, how much of an overlap do you normally leave on an envelope back?
I normally give it a good 3 inches.
Okay.
I would say a good 3 inches, but it depends how puffy your cushion is.
Right.
If it's a really puffy cushion, you need a little bit more. I mean, I tend to be. There's not very much there. I was being a little bit lazy. And trying to do it really quickly, and so I just basically used whatever fabric I had, and just made sure that I used that piece. I'm only doing this very roughly. But yeah, I'd want to make it at least 3 inches overlap. Really, okay.
Sandra saying, soup with chopsticks. That would be a good diet, that wouldn't it? Eh?
Jelly with chopsticks is quite entertaining.
What's that?
Jelly with chopsticks.
It used to be, that was like a kid's party game, but Daisy did it. I'm trying to think, it was something similar, something...
Did you used to do the one with flour?
No.
So you'd have a sweet. You'd get people to get a container of flour, like a pudding basin, and then you would then put a sweet on the. You turn the flour upside down, so you pack it all down and turn it upside down, so you've got like a flour tower.
Yeah.
And then you put a sweet on it, and then you have a spoon. You'd have to take it in turns and scoop away some of the flour, and then whoever knocked the sweet off had to go in with just their mouth and try and eat the sweet. But then whoever was playing with them would wait until their face was there and then push their head down and then they'd get flour in the face.
That's so funny. Sounds like some sort of like Halloween game, that.
Yeah.
Halloween is coming. Halloween is coming. No, Daisy, I'm trying to remember the exact game, but Daisy, when she was a bit young, maybe like 5, well, no, maybe older than that, 6, 7, there was this big thing at parties where they'd have this game where, I don't know how we got into it, but they'd have to put on like a hat and gloves.
Oh yes, and
then chocolate.
Chocolate was a curly wurly that was in the freezer.
It was like a bar of chocolate. They had to try and eat it with a knife and a fork.
Yeah. And then, but you only had a certain amount of time to do it, and then there wasn't enough time. You basically had an opportunity to sort of get a piece, mostly to your mouth, but not quite.
Yeah, it was a bit like musical. Like when the music stopped, you had to get the hat on, get the gloves on, and knife and fork. You'd have like 20 seconds to try and eat as much of the chocolate as you can.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Like that. There you go. Done. So there is your little cushion cover there with your lights.
Love that so much. A fantastic cushion cover. Great idea. Who came up with that idea for a cushion cover? Gilmore says, I'll be there all week trying to eat a chocolate with chopsticks versus inhaling it like the Cookie Monster with just my hands. Cookies! Right, let us... Is that true, is it? Oh, producer Johnny with the Cookie Monster news. Apparently Cookie Monster has got a cousin from the UK called Biscuit Monster. And he wears a hat. So there you go. And now you're up to date with your Cookie Monster news.
That's really weird.
Let's get the vote. Yes, count. Was the count yesterday? Well, I thought that was this morning. Oh, count yesterday.
The count? What?
Count.
On. One.
Did I do that today or yesterday?
I don't know.
Count. 1, count. Two. 1, 2. I used to like
Like
how
my
you said
reindeer.
7. 7.
What does my reindeer say?
I don't know. I don't know what you mean. Let's do the vote. Let's do the vote. Shut up. Vote for your favourite project of Becky's.
1.
One.
Am I putting this in?
Yeah, do it.
This is with the tumblers.
2.
And then this one, which is one that I think you should vote for.
3.
I spent more time on it. So this is your little lights cushion cover.
1, 2 or 3, you've got about 3 minutes. Sandra says the Mars bar with hat, mittens and scarf dress, then eat with a knife and fork. Yes. Meanwhile, yes, that was it. Meanwhile, throw a dice. The next person who gets a 6 takes over.
Yeah.
That's it. The dice goes around, and then so the other person's got the hat on, the gloves, and they're like sawing away to try and eat the chocolate.
Yeah.
And then as soon as the 6 is rolled, the person who gets the 6 gets the hat and the gloves, and then they get going. It's a really fun game, actually. A really fun game. Right, quick look at the deals that we've got for you. So if you just want the brand new dies, this is the bundle you go for down here. So you go for all of those 4 dies. So within the set, 44 dies in total. You get Little Mr. Snowman here. So it's all of those dies, multimedia. You're going to get the set of your Holly and Ivy, and then the lights. So the lights are in that one there. It's called the Christmas Lights and Holly, if you want to go for that individually. Then you get this one here, which is your Father Christmas. And then you also get all of the dice here to be able to create your reindeer. It is 44 individual multimedia dies in total. So yes, they will work with your soft craft. Yes, they will work with the felt, which is within the bundle, but you can use them across your paper craft too. The dies and the felt, this bundle, you get the felt for free. It is £31.97 or $41.44. However, if you're looking at this tower of crafty goodness and thinking, what on earth is this? This is the showstopper, friends. This is the showstopper. £68 or $85.60 for a bundle which should be $111.91 or $136.71. So in the showstopper, you get all of the 4 brand new die sets. You get your felt, but then on top of that, you're going to get the turntable. That's for your Gemini 2. You get your magnetic die storage stand. Really, really handy bit of kit to have. And, you know, as Debbie, not our Debbie, I think it was Debbie Mahan. Anyway, Debbie earlier on was saying she's got 7 of these. They're handy to have lots of. So you get that included. We then give you your fabric plate. So you get the 9x12 fabric plate. And then you're going to get the 9x6 plate included in there too, alongside your felt. That's the best way to go if you've got an interest in everything that we've got as far as the bundles are concerned, because you buy them in the showstopper, you get an extra saving. £68 or $85.60 if you're platinum. Ooh, the result is in. Let me just remind you though, before we do that it is our summer news. 5 days so far, 2 more to go. Brand new products coming up on Saturday and Sunday. This is your free gift today. You pick up a new free gift each and every day when you spend £10 or $10. And don't forget, worth bearing in mind, that you've got double points as well. So it's a great day to pick up all of the new items, and also a great day to stock up on all of your individuals when it comes to things like your adhesives or your cardstock craft room essentials. And don't forget as well, today we've got a Fiver Friday where you can pick up a whole host of unbelievable deals, soft craft styly, thanks to Becky. And don't forget, one of the deals that we saw earlier on with the tumbler dice, what was that? £5, £4, $4 if you're platinum, for something worth £25 or $43. Incredible value for money. Demo of the show.
Yeah. Is it number 2?
3.
Whee! There we go. Yep.
Demo of the day we'll do tonight. What was the thing that won earlier?
Snowman?
Oh, Snowman.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for a great day.
Thank you.
So you're off tonight, but back over the weekend.
Yeah, I'm in all weekend. So yeah, you haven't seen the last of me, I'm afraid.
Good luck tomorrow with the Play Your Crafts Right.
I want to win. I want to win.
Do it for this team. Team Facebook.
Yeah.
Charlotte, if you pay me, I'll give you some clues. How much? £50? £50 and you win. Well, I'll leave you guys to chat that over. I'm back with you in a couple of hours' time. It's been a great day for me because I get to work with Becky, who's awesome, and I get to work with Debbie Fisher, who is also awesome. So it's great for me, great way for me to finish my week. I will see you in the Craft Vault with Debbie Fisher. Sarah's signature style Craft Vault goodies for you. But in the meantime, check out these deals from this show. Get Becky's Fiver deals as part of Fiver Friday, and I will see you at 6 o'clock this evening, 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. Until then, bye for now.